Welcome on the journey. Today I pulled Pyrite, which is the spark of life. Tuning into that energy, I feel that a lot of you have really needed to protect yourself from negative energy. Maybe you're releasing some fears, anxieties, tiredness, low immunity. Pyrite is used to treat lung disorders and to reduce swelling and fevers. It's a symbol of prosperity and good fortune. And it is there to remind you to take action and to have willpower, that your vitality is everything. But sometimes it takes a lot of patience, and we need to get honest with ourselves about how to balance our work-life flow, how to balance our resources, how to conquer bad habits, and fundamentally get down into the DNA to repair and work with our being able to take back our personal power with our solar plexus energy, which is the self-esteem, which is your strength. So let's take a look at that energy. Oh, quote, being reminded, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure, said by Marianne Williamson. So take a moment to tap into your own power. And there's some breathing on the back of this. So this may have been affecting your breathing center. Maybe for some of you, you have asthma or some other lung challenges. And that's because there's a part of you that feels like you're inadequate, but you are powerful. You're very powerful. And that's what Spirit is wanting to let you know. What is the current energy for the collective? What is the current energy? We have the Five of Water, the Hermit, so Five of Cups, the Hermit, and the Knight of Air, Knight of Swords. So we have all of the elements here except the passion. That spark is missing from the mix. I feel that you've really gone through a time where things didn't turn out the way that you'd hoped. And it's been difficult to stay positive in a situation because you've been really disappointed. I see three cups that are broken, and when I think of the Three of Cups, it's usually a card of celebration and good news and fun and parties and stuff, or getting engaged and married and birth and all of those wonderful special memories in life, but it's been broken. And so it's difficult to look at what is left. And really what is left is the Two of Cups here. It is love, but it's also conflict too. And it's also that need to forgive somebody for it not going the way you had hoped it would go. I feel that you're really thinking about this a lot right now. You're thinking about how someone around you or the people around you have been very selfish, impulsive, intolerant, insensitive, and maybe even a bit resentful. And it's difficult to keep compassionate, to be tolerant in the situation, to follow those principles of being a humanitarian, keeping your ideals and not letting anyone charm you. And that's been the spiritual teaching in the lessons, the hard lessons that you've had to learn and have had to discover. You may have been dealing with a Virgo in this situation, where it's somebody who's withdrawn from the situation to seek truth. Maybe you had to withdraw in order to seek your own truth. And you have been an example for others. Now, after this time of introspection, things are going with great speed and gusto. And right now, you are trying to really carefully review your options, but you're really starting to think of all of these creative solutions. You're ready to go. You're very confident. You're a person who is on a mission, but there are really quick changes right now for you. This is the biggest change card in the deck, other than the Ace of Swords. So maybe you're moving. And last night I had this dream where I was trying to move. I was packing up and all these things to do. So maybe you're moving. Maybe you're changing careers. Maybe you're retiring. Maybe you have a new relationship. Maybe you have this new need to succeed. But it also could mean that you have to confront someone, that you're stressed out, that maybe there's been some sort of scandal to deal with and you're completely disappointed and you had to withdraw, or someone ghosted you. There's different ways to look at the energy there, and it all depends on your situation. Let's take a look. Around this energy, we have Taurus, which is another earth sign. Be the hunter, not the hunted. Ooh. I think that it's never too late to be what you might have been. And maybe for some of you, you're investing in real estate, or your investments. You're thinking about what investment vehicle you want to go through. For others of you, you may be into the arts and traditions, and you're trying to be conservative in financial matters, maybe because it's difficult. And maybe if you are breaking in a relationship or your career, you're thinking about your finances right now and what you have, because Taurus is that second house of your possessions, your personal resources. But these are also your skills that you have too. And there's a change in the circumstance here. So what are you going to do to be the hunter, not the hunted? There could be a message that is coming your way. Maybe you're starting to think about going in a new way, in a new way of being. You're searching for truth. You can see, you can hear, you can sense the truth of what people are saying now. And so you're no longer putting others' needs above your own. Ooh, a sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Let's see, with the healing part here. What is the healing message? Children. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to help children. Wow. So some of you maybe are teachers, educators, parents, grandparents, and that is part of your purpose. And maybe the spark of life for some of you is literally conception. Ooh, and things would definitely change for sure. And 9+ months for incubation. So, well, maybe you were trying and all of a sudden you got pregnant for some of you. That's one story coming through. Trust your angels. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan, and there's a little girl there too. There's a perfect plan for you. Heaven has a perfect plan. Did you an angel number? Ooh, right away, coming out, 8888. I love 8. 8 is my absolute favorite number of all numbers. It's very balanced. So this is about your personal power. This is about your material and spiritual abundance, wealth, resources, balance, confidence, material gain, epic romance. Ooh. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Angels are sending the number to reassure you of prosperity and well-being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. Let's get you a message from the universe. No act of kindness is ever wasted. Some of the kindest people you will ever meet have been through hell and back themselves. That strengthens their compassion and empathy. If this is describing you, keep being the beautiful soul that you are. And I see that you are. You have stood up against very selfish people in your life, and maybe you have felt that you have had to people please for some reason, but you don't have to anymore. It's time now to carry your own self, to be strong in your center. Let's take a card from the 4 agreements to see when working with people. Don't make assumptions. Relinquish the need to change others. Real love is accepting people the way they are without trying to change them. If we try to change them, this means that we don't really like them. It is easier to find someone who is already the way you want him or her to be, instead of trying to change that person. So maybe people have been trying to change you, tell you who you had to be, and you're not that person. It's been really difficult, and you may have gone through hell and back in who you've had to deal with in your life. Well, let's get you a blessing. A blessing of fire. And weren't we just talking about that? The spark of life, that passion, the spark that is going to set events into motion, and that is going to bring about something very powerful. So trust that something is on its way to you right now, that it's very exciting. Let's get a card of gratitude. Recall a moment when you were surprised by joy. Okay, one more. All right. Recall a favorite holiday memory. So maybe holidays, going on holidays made you joyful, but anything right now, if you've been feeling a little bit low, to just remember the good times, because there's always going to be good times and there's going to be bad. And that's the thing with infinity, is it's just, we do vacillate between the negative and positive polarities. And if we can just stay in the center where we protect our energy and we take action, but sometimes we don't react, if you know what I mean. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. I wish you adieu on your journey. Take care of yourself. Bye.